Alright.
Flag stolen.
Let's try this one more time. So this was a crazy situation. This guy's coming in with grenades. I'm hitting the double boost pad. Then right after I hit the double boost pad, I look behind me, and this guy hits me with his shield. Transfer his momentum to me. Now I'm going like ridiculously fast. So fast that when I hit this hill, I die. So it's hard to tell, but... And then right here, we just have a half-decent grenade shot. So, not impressive for the type of people that still play this, because they're all like super experts. But for me, that was a good shot. And that last shield bounce and then this grenade shot are the only two highlights of this entire map that I played. So I'm just going to show you those two clips. I love the sounds in slow motion. And to actually see what happens, because it's such a fast game that like you really don't know what actually just happened a lot of the time until you review the footage.
I deployed an inventory station.
I decided to start putting some more effort into my videos, because I know I don't usually watch gameplay videos of people if they're not talking about it. Because it's just so boring to watch plain gameplay with no commentary, because you have no idea like what's happening. There's another shield bounce, you see that again? That's the power of the shield bounce. That guy is fucking me up with his shield bounces. See, I'm way over here now. I'm just gonna respawn to... I thought about respawning him and I didn't, and then I turned around with my grappler, but... This is the new X2-Crusader. X2, I think. There's some like graphics upgrades. There's some fog and like sand dust in the air, I noticed. And it just looks a little more visually rich than the normal X2-Crusader. Anyway,
Blood Eagle flag stolen.
The last map. So I can only play like 30 to 40 minutes of first-person shooters per week now because of my wrist. It's sort of like a repetitive strain injury or whatever. I almost had it with that sniper shot. If I was in Europe where the server was, I probably would have had him, because I'm pretty good at that sniper, and most of these guys play with lower latency than me.
Blood Eagle flag returned.
Most of the people that play this are over in Europe. Although I do have my American server running now. I just got it back running again. But anyway, so 30 or 40 minutes I can play per week, so that's like basically 2 maps. And the last map I played, I was still pretty much warming up, so I sucked pretty bad. And then this... Oh, I was so close to capturing the flag there!
Imperial Blood Eagle flag.
And then I didn't, but I shot him. This game is so fun. It's like the funnest, fastest paced game.
Blood Eagle flag returned.
Man, I almost got that. We would have had a tie game too if I got that. But anyway, so the last map I warmed up and it wasn't that impressive.
That's better.
But this map I started to play like okay. At least good enough to be entertaining, I think.
Blood Eagle flag stolen.
The last map I was doing so bad that it was just like frustrating to watch, probably.
Imperial flag returned.
So I decided
Imperial flag stolen.
to go on defense for most of this map, since it's easier to be helpful to your team if on defense versus offense if you're like a lower skill level or you're having trouble capping.
Imperials captured a flag.
Because it's really hard to fly like really fast enough to not get shot by these guys because they're so good. So like if you want to capture the flag, you have to really... You see how much speed he had when he got that flag?
Great.
You have to have so much speed or else people just shoot you. So after trying to capture for a little bit, 5 minutes or so here in the beginning, which is what I normally do because it's more fun and entertaining, but I decided to go on defense to make myself a little more useful. So I'm sure that'll happen at any moment now.
Imperial flag
I
returned.
forget when I did that part. Just a reminder, this game is free at tribesrevengeance.net. And there's also a server tracker so you can see when people are online. Typically people only play on the weekends.
Oops.
And all the people that still play are like super, super good at the game. So if you're new it kind of sucks because there's not a lot of new people to play with, and if you play with these guys, they just kick your butt. So I think that's what's one of the things that's kept this game from growing over the years.
Hi.
Because when the master servers were shut down for this game, it was popular. It was a popular game. But you know, as soon as they shut down those master servers, everybody leaves.
Okay.
And then the community finally got servers going some years later, but by then everybody was already gone because the game was shut down. If the game had never been shut down and there was like a smooth transition to custom servers,
Imperial flag stolen.
we'd probably still have a pretty big player base, because this was like a pretty popular game before they shut down the master servers. And it still has pretty good graphics in my opinion, even for today's standards. If only the view distance and the fogging distance could be increased. That's really my only complaint with the graphics. Just like all older games, you know. Some of them have like such a close fog distance just to save performance.
Whoopsie daisy.
But computers are so much faster now, they don't need that limit anymore in these old games. Especially when you're going so fast and trying to shoot so far. Like, you can't even see where you're going a lot of the time. I almost got him too. But I did start a server, Tribes Revengeance Vermont, you'll see in the server browser.
Flag returned.
And I encourage the new players to maybe play there or play on a different server than these guys play on. Just so that you can practice and play with people with a similar skill level, because it's really not fun if you're bad. If you're new at this game and try to play with these guys, it's not fun at all. They just destroy you so badly. But I know there's a lot of old Tribes players out there who come back, you know, from time to time, and they've got the skills. And they seem to dust off. See, now I'm on defense with heavy armor.
Okay.
And even just standing there messes people up sometimes because they're looking at you, they're concentrating on you when they fly in to try to capture the flag. And it can be distracting enough to, like, you know how you go where you're looking automatically? Like, sometimes they're looking... Nice, I hit him in the air, that was a nice shot. Since they're coming straight at you, straight at the flag where you are, it's a lot easier to hit them. Because they have to come straight at the flag or else they're not going to get it. So they can't dodge your shots. If you shoot straight at them, you'll hit them. So it's a nice bonus of being on defense. So
Blood Eagles captured a flag.
I was having fun for a little while on defense, and then some Big Mama on the other team started going heavy offense and just like raping us continuously. And that's sort of when it started to get less fun. If there's any developers out there, the source code for this game
Imperial flag stolen.
and the development tools, we could really use it. The community's always making new maps and trying to improve the game.
Acknowledged.
Blood Eagle flag stolen.
It would be so awesome to be able to increase that fogging distance. Oh, I almost got him too. Do you see that?
Stolen.
So close.
Go.
Blood Eagle flag returned. Blood Eagles captured a flag.
Oh, I killed myself. Shooting the ground, trying to do damage to him when he's coming in. That's one of the hardest parts, is the timing, you know, because it's so fast. And there's a delay with your shot. So, one of the positive things about my carpal tunnel or whatever, RSI, whatever it is, I never got it officially diagnosed, but like if I play too much first-person shooters, my wrist starts to hurt more and more, you know, so. But the positive side of that is that I've got a ton of old game footage on my hard drives from over the years. So now that I can't play as much as I used to, because that's what used to be my favorite thing to do, really, is just to play. Since I can't do that, I guess the next best thing might be just go through and do some narration on these videos and put them up, because they never got put up. I wish I had remembered, you know, which games were good games and which games are bad games, because now I've got all these games that I'll have to like sit and watch through again, like hours and hours of footage just to see which ones are good. But that's alright. I actually just figured out how to increase the playback speed so that you can get through it much quicker instead of watching it in real time.
Blood Eagle flag returned. Imperial flag stolen.
Oh man, almost a year ago now I made a big long video on how to play tribes for newer players.
Blood Eagles captured a flag.
Like the beginning of like how to fly effectively and use the grappler, because that's really the most important thing in the beginning. That's the hardest to learn. And I ended up talking for like 45 minutes
Blood Eagle flag
and making this big long tutorial video, and in the end none of the video was recorded. It was like a black screen being recorded the whole time.
Captured a flag.
And I never tried again after that because I was like, God damn it. Spent so much time doing that and it's all gone.
Imperial flag
Maybe
stolen.
I'll do that again at some point. But you can see that guy with heavy armor there now. He's so good. Like
Imperial flag returned.
I hate it when players are so good that you just can't ever kill them and they always kill you every time. It's like there's no chance. So it's not fun if there's no chance. It has to be competitive for it to be fun, in my opinion. And when I used to play this game when I was younger, I never tried to capture the flag. Like, that's never was interesting to me or fun. I always just liked fighting because I played so many first-person shooters. See, all you have to do is stand right on the flag and block people coming in to get it. Like, you don't have to be that good to do that compared to how good you have to be to capture the
Imperial
flag.
flag stolen.
So you can make a really big difference on your team even if you're not that good just by standing in the way. I got him a couple times. I didn't kill him. Oh, somebody else killed him, so I helped.
Blood Eagles captured a flag.
Nice.
It's too bad, too, because the Tribes Ascend,
No problem.
like, that engine was a great engine, and that game had the potential to be the next good Tribes after this. And I heard from, like, the developers or the company or Hi-Res or whoever
Flag stolen.
that they were going to allow custom game settings, like custom gravity and custom weapon damage, and, like, allow, you know, to customize a little bit to make it like how players want it.
A flag.
Okay.
And then they never ended up allowing that. And
I'm good.
in my opinion, if the game had just more gravity, it would have been like just as good as this game pretty much in its own way. But because Ascend had like half the gravity of this, it seems like, or maybe a third, you don't slide down hills as fast, so you never end up going as fast ever as compared to this game. So it's just much, much slower overall. And that was my favorite thing about this game, was like how fast-paced it is. And so that would have been a super simple setting. If they just let us change the gravity, like a super simple, easy setting for developers to allow you to change. Like, it could have been a totally awesome successor to this game. It has amazing graphics compared to this.
A flag.
But everything else is, you know, close enough that you could tweak it if you're a modder or whatever to make it. You could basically make the future version of this. But they ended up not allowing it, and then the same old story. They shut down the master servers, stopped supporting the game. Yeah, it's just another one of those, you know, Hi-Res got bought by whatever, Activision, or, you know, one of those gigantic Ubisoft.
I deployed an inventory station.
One of the two biggest game companies there are in the world, basically. And they don't care. They just will buy a game, rights to a game, and sell it for a year, and then shut everything down. And then they don't even care. They don't even never do anything again with it. And it's too bad, because we could have put this game on Steam so that more people could get it more easily. But we're not legally allowed to do that since we don't own, since Hi-Res has the rights to it, even though they definitely are never going to do anything with it because it's so old now. It's too bad, but
I deployed a repair station.
It's still fun though. It's still a really good game. We just need more players. Like, oh yeah, back when I was talking about, I used to, when I was, back when this game's, before they shut down the master servers, and there used to be like lots of people playing all the time in big public games, like, it looked totally different than these games. Like, these players that you see now are so much better at the game than the average player back then on the public servers. Like, people on the public servers, there was just like brawls everywhere and people sliding around slowly and flying badly, and like there was something for everybody. And I spent most of my time just sliding around fighting people, because I had always played like Counter-Strike for years and years, and Half-Life Deathmatch and TFC and all those first-person shooters in Quake where you're on your feet and you're not flying around. So to be able to fly around and go high speeds and all this stuff was like a whole new world of first-person shooters to me. So I was like, oh my god, this is so much better after you've been playing, after you've been used to like just walking around on foot for like 10 or 15 years of first-person shooter. All of a sudden you can fly and slide. It's like this whole new world opens up. And it was fun enough for me just to slide around and fly around and fight people. That was a nice shot.
Blood Eagle flag returned.
And people weren't so like concentrating on capturing the flag and defending the flag. People were just like messing around for fun, you know? Just kind of more what I like to do generally in games a lot of the time. To play for fun. Because the more that you try to win and the more serious you get about playing a game, the less fun it gets.
Oops.
Most of the time, for most people, unless you're one of those people that's like super competitive and like you have to win and that's the only thing that makes you happy, then like I guess that's the only thing that makes you happy. But a lot of people
Nope.
just like to play for fun. I like to play for fun, so that's something
Nice.
that's
Blood Eagle flag returned.
that I do miss a little bit about the old games. It was a lot less serious and a lot less skilled players. A lot more messing around. You know, because there's like vehicles and bases with generators you can destroy. And these skilled players, they turn all those features off and they do just capture the flag and that's it. Which is fine. But there's a lot more like in this game to have fun with than just capture the flag. Like one of my favorite highlights videos I made, there's like, we're having fun with the rover vehicle in it, and it's so funny. It's so fun to watch in the tank and the jet fighter things. I'll have to put a link into that video because it's one of my favorite. This is from one of the highlight videos I made years ago. Tribe's Revengeance, Ready, Aim, and Fire.
Yes.
If you actually want to go see it at its original high quality version. But this is just messing around with the vehicles, which are a lot of fun. Just because I was talking about how it used to be back in the day when the Master Servers and the general plebeians played. There's lots of shenanigans with like vehicles, stuff like that. A little less concentration on just capturing the flag as much, purely.
Sorry. Thanks.
But
Always.
Thanks.
this video is just like a really good vibes video, I remember. For me at least, watching it back when I made it. I was really happy to make this video. I'm trying to get revenge on him with the tank, but I realized here you can't shoot straight down with this. So I had to go lower to shoot at him, which let him shoot at me. So I ended up not getting revenge on him. But it was really fun anyway. Videos that I made for this game. That video really makes me happy. Really shows you how fun and how happy this game can make you sometimes. Just the music and the quick chats and all, everything that happened. It was so funny. That was a really good time. I'm glad I got that one on video. There's so many incredible gaming, like amazing gaming experiences I never got on video. You know, most of them. Probably 99% of the most amazing gaming experiences I've had, I didn't get captured on recording. That's the way it goes, though, you know? It's hard to record everything. It takes a lot of hard drive space. It takes a lot of time to edit.
Imperial flag stolen.
See that flag grab? I'm almost dead with 18 health. That was really lucky. Especially that grapple. That was such a lucky grapple. You see, to accelerate your arc over that hill so you get going faster, that's something I never...
Thanks.
That's something I learned from the good players.
Blood Eagles captured a
Because, like, the
flag.
longer you're flying through the air, the more time you can get shot at. Because these players, it's actually... They're so good, it's easy for them to shoot you while you're in midair. So what you want to do is actually use your grappler to turn down over the top of a hill.
Blood Eagle flag
So
stolen.
that you're not just floating through the air, but the grappler turns you quickly. So you quickly go over the top of the
1
hill
minute left.
and start going down the other side, which gets you more speed as you're going down the other side. Instead of slowly floating through the air, you're accelerating down a hill. So that's why that grappler moved over the hilltop. And the fact that it landed smoothly.
Imperials captured a flag.
Like, that was just lucky, because, like, I had tried a couple grapple shots when I was getting that flag, and they broke. Like, if you have too much speed, or something hits the grappler, if something intersects the grappler rope, it'll break it, and it won't work. And you can see when I was coming home with that flag, my first couple shots with the grappler did break, and they didn't hold. And so it was lucky that that last one held, and that it landed me perfectly on a smooth downhill, which I didn't even know was there. Just happened to be there,
Good
perfectly
10
lucky.
seconds left.
And then I got that capture, which was my only capture, I think, in this whole round, which is really good for me because these guys are, like, so much better than I am. So it's nice just to get one
Imperials win the match.
capture once in a while, you know? Let's see what we got here. We have highest sustained speed is what I got, 304. And I had the grenade launcher midair on the last map, but Penguin Man got out this time. So yeah, I hope you guys like that. Let me show you real quick where you can get this game. Alright, so to get Tribes Vengeance, you just go to www.tribesrevengeance.net. Here's our amazing website. So download TV button right there. That's how you get the game. It's a big download. It's I think 6 or 7 gigabytes-ish, maybe, something like that. So be prepared for a bit of a download. Then the servers button here lets you see when players are online. And it's Sunday at 5:53. And generally players are only online, for the most part, in larger numbers like this. Saturday and Sunday afternoons, EST, Eastern Standard Time-ish. Although they are sometimes on during the week and stuff. Here's my server I just started, Revengeance Vermont. Obviously on the East Coast in the United States, so that people who... Because it sucks to play across continents with this game, the ping really does make a big difference, so... like this guy, 132. That's a little rough. I think he's playing from America, although he is still incredibly good for how high his ping is. Anyway... Look at that, 11, 17. They're so lucky they get to play on the main server with such low ping. But so I've got my server that I'm gonna suggest new players play on, or there's the Weeby hosted Kansas server in the United States that new players can also play on. Anyway, also on this site is the Discord button, so you can join the Discord, and there's a lot of talk in the general Discord, and you can get notifications when games are going through Discord, so you don't have to actually go here and check the servers. Look, now there's 8 on. I wish I could play, but my wrist is already done for today. And there's also like an application or something. I think you can ask on the Discord. Somebody talks about this extension, I think it is. So you can install that, and you can tell when people are online without having to go to the website. It'll just like tell you or something. And I think there's all sorts of ways. I think you can get like... There's all sorts of ways you can get notifications when players are on. And yeah, so that's what you should do. Download the game. And then there's a bunch of map packs you should probably download too. See, there's maps right here. They are quite a bunch of large downloads. But that's how you get the maps. And I think actually right now the Season 2 Pack 1 and Season 2 Pack 1, see these two links? They download the same file right now, but they're supposed to be different. So you cannot download one of these map packs right now. I think it's this one. Doesn't download. As a quick warning. So I told the guys about that, but they still need to fix it, I think. So anyway, yeah, download the game, join us, check when players are online, and yeah, it's free. So and there's lots of people that would love more people playing.